Hi. Morning, Sue. I'm so glad you were able to make this time for us today, and I'm extremely excited about launching this full range of 7 Yazzii craft storage bags using your exceptional skills in the Sashiko and Boro area. And I want to thank you again for preparing all these samples and working along with me. And I've realized that with what's going on in the world, some things like this that can work well together, where we collaborate between products and ideas, can work well together, hold hands and walk forward. I think it's an exceptional way to team up and do it well. We are so far away from the rest of the world down in Australia. I've been traveling at least 4 to 5 times to the US. I feel that it's going to be a while before we get out there for whatever reason. So I think having this kind of idea, and people are now spending a lot of time at home. They want to make up little projects now. And I've always heard that there's so much interest in the Sashiko world and the Boro world, and you do it so well. And I'm so glad that you were able to help me with this. And we've sort of put this together, our heads together, and made it work for us. And I look forward to hearing everything that you've prepared in the 7 bags. And if you can explain yourself to the group in front of you, then I'd be very happy with that. So thank you again for joining me and preparing these samples. I'm going to step out of the screen now, and I'm going to leave you in the good hands of Sue Howie, the best Sashiko teacher in Australia.
Oh, thank you for that endorsement. That's lovely. Thank you, Yazzii. Yes, it's been an absolute pleasure to cooperate with you in trying to add a little bit extra to your bags. I've been using your bags for a long, long time. I've got many bags in my personal stash and use them for all sorts of things. But we wanted in this time, as you said, of COVID, we've had to look forward to do different things and deliver to our customers in different ways. And this is one way that we put our heads together and decided that we would work together. And we've been doing these for a little while now on the Australian market. But we've decided that we'd like to push further afield and go to our international customers. So in saying that, we've now enhanced our range from 4 to 7 models of Sashiko, of Yazzii bags. So what I've done is I've taken some pre-printed Sashiko panels out of my range and adapted them to each bag. Now, originally we only had 1 color per design, but now we've enhanced the range, and we've got 7 different craft bags with in 4 different colors. So that's a whole new range for everyone to use. So what I'd like to do is I'd just like to go through each bag. We've given them some really nice little names, and just show you what we've been doing. So I'll start with this one here. This is a new one to the range, and this is called Atlantic Circles. This is one of the latter ones. It's a really handy little storage bag, big enough to add a whole project to. So as I said, they all come in different colors. So there's a different color there to suit everybody. This is also one of the original ones called 𝗘𝗽𝗶𝘀𝗵. It's this cute little bag just for those small items that you might like to pack away and keep all together. This one here, I've actually put some threads in this one. This is called Ruby Rose, and we've put some lovely Wonderfil threads that that I'm now carrying. Together with Wonderfil in Australia, we're now collaborating in the Australian sewing community, and we're all sort of working together to bring ideas to crafters from all around the world. And Jennifer from Wonderfil has kindly let me hold her range in my shop as well. So I've put those in there, and they look really good. So that's a lovely little design, that one. Okay, this is the Honey Delight. This was one of the original designs that we actually did, and this is one that I've actually I'm still working on this particular panel. It's one of my own Sashiko panels. It's a noshi panel. Again, using all the beautiful, wonderful threads. They're just absolutely delightful, and that's the little design, little Celtic design that I've got there. So that's Honey Delight. This is Mum's Hugs. Look like a hug to me. So that's one of the new ones. That's a larger one for the larger projects. So originally in the Indigo, but now available in all different colours as well. And this is the citrus wheel. And as you can see, I've used a lot of variegated threads on this one. This is the handiest bag that if you're going to have one bag, I think this is one that you really should put into your range. It's got so many compartments in it and is very, very versatile. So that's the citrus wheel. I'm just going to show you, this is Coconut Heaven. This is a set of 3 pouches that come with this one. I can't say enough about this particular set of bags. 3 separate little bags for holding a whole range of notions and maybe a project or something. Great for traveling, great for just for a little handbag. This is one that I actually take when I go to the hairdressers, and I put my little bit of sewing in there while I'm getting my hair done. So, and I can pull it out and sit there and do a little bit of sewing. So, so handy, this one. So this is called Coconut Heaven. So this is, as you can see, I've actually enhanced it with a little bit of a whip stitching after I've done the Sashiko. Now, I'm going to show you how it's done so that you can understand how easy it is to do this particular project. These are all pre-printed squares. They're about 6.5 inches square. All the stitch length is there for you. That's really simple. They come with instructions. They come with the thread. They come with a needle. So you get a pre-printed panel, the thread and the needle, and the instructions on how to do it. So it's very simple, great for the beginner. So I actually stitched that last night. So it was very, very quick. They don't take very long, but they're a great way just to personalize your craft bags. So I did another one as well, and as you can see the difference between those two, where I've actually enhanced this one just a little bit more than I did that one, and you can see the difference. Okay, so once you've stitched your design as you wish, always make sure that you ask whether your supplier, whether the stitches wash out. Some of them do, some of them don't. Mine don't. I won't guarantee that they'll wash out, but always ask them in case you do want to wash them out. So I've actually stitched this one, and I've actually cut with a pair of scissors all the way around the design, about 1/4 of an inch out from my outside stitching. So I've done that, and then I've actually sewn a zigzag stitch all the way around just to keep it intact so it doesn't fray anymore. Of course, what you could do is you could do applique onto you could turn it over, but do an applique stitch onto the bag. But I quite like the raw edge stitching. I think it looks really nice. So once I've done that and I bind it nice and flat, then I will take my Roxanne glue, which is a great glue, and what I'll do is I'll actually just put a little bit of glue about 1/4 of an inch in from where my edges are. And the reason I do that is I don't want to have to stitch through the glue when I'm stitching it onto my bag. But this will hold it in place very, very well. So you can see that I'm just doing it away from the edge. I've done that quite quickly, but it will still stick. So you can see that I've actually come in quite well, at least 1/4 of an inch, so that I can stitch through and not have to go through the glue when I'm actually sewing it onto my pouch. Then I take my pouch and I place it in the center, or nicely just where I want it to go. Press it down, and there you go. And that's all there is to it. It's such a simple little project to do, especially for a beginner, and it's just so easy to enhance these little bags. Now that's a nice little set. That's going to go really well. I probably wouldn't do that one because this is a bit big for that, but great little set there. And you could make these a little bit different. You could, I've actually put a French knot in there. You could put a little sparkly in there if you wanted to. So that shows you just how quick and simple it is to do all of these little Sashiko kits onto the bags. Now, as we said, they come pre-printed. They come with instructions on how to, they'll come packaged up nicely, and they'll come with your Yazzii bags. So I hope that's been a little insight into what we are doing with these combined kits, and I hope that you'll enjoy doing it. And thank you very much, Yazzii.
Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation of where we embarking on with this beautiful range of Sashiko kits. We are getting that many inquiries from every part of the world right now. Unfortunately, we have made a statement within our social media that it's not available in the US and Canada for now, but that's going to change. We are now ready to start supplying. We were waiting for the 6 weeks to 8 weeks. We started off with 3, then we made it 4, and now we've got 7. So we will be marketing the full range worldwide, and you can hop on to Yazzii.com or IndigoNiche.com to purchase any of these kits. We still haven't figured out, we will be doing the wholesale side of it. So if there's any inquiries on a wholesale basis, please do not hesitate to come back and ask us questions. We'll be happy to answer anything. Now, for those of you who are unaware, we are Howie from Indigo Niche Designs and Yazzii International are going to be part of the Craft Alive, the great international show next week on the 4th of February. So we're going to have 4 days of exciting times with sharing all our products between them and us. These kits will play a part in it, but we do have independent businesses, and I know she's a great teacher and she offers great Japanese inspired products within her store. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you on the 4th of February out there. And fortunately for us, we're also part of the Australian sewing community. We both are members in there. So that's even worked out really well. So in Australia, we just all are teaming up with each other because, you know, we've been in the show circuit for so long. We've formed great relationships. Some of us have sort of spent a lot of time overseas as well, but the whole thing's going to work really well. Before I go, I want to explain, after we finish this range, we are introducing 5 large bags, and they'll be all in this indigenous type of inspired products. So they'll be my larger bags, like my project folder. This is a block storage case. I've got some of my larger ones as well. I just wanted to make it a bigger print for the impact and stuff. So we were trying to simplify it, that one would be an indigenous range. It'll fit, the same panel will fit amongst 5 large bags perfectly. And in the smaller range, we picked 7 products that will work with the exact same size of panel. So it just makes it simple, and we offered the 4 colors. I think that just expanded the range, and I think it's going to be quite an exciting launch, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with the US market as well. So for any of you watching on our Facebook or seeing it on Instagram for either of us in our businesses, please know that just be patient. We are getting them all ready to get to the States ASAP. The bags are there already. It's just a question of being able to supply it. So I want to thank you for your time today, and I want to thank Howie from Indigo Niche Designs for making this time and creating the most amazing samples. She's been doing this for many years and helping me out in presenting our products. And to be honest, every time she dresses one up, I sell 20 bags type of thing. So it does work very well. And people love Sashiko right now. It's a very, something that's become very popular and appreciated. So Sue, do you have anything to say before we sort of break off now?
Okay, the only thing I will say is that the Indigenous designs are at the moment in production, so they're not very far away at all. They're being printed, so they're not long, before we get them out into the market as well, and they'll be just so nice, especially for the overseas market that really like the Australian Indigenous designs. Something completely different to what they're normally used to. So that's a really exciting thing coming up.
Absolutely. So look, I really enjoyed this, and I'm thinking there's so much more we're going to be working together. We've got next week to work together. We're preparing the next range, and whatever it is, I'm so glad I know you for so long, and relationships are formed, friendships are formed, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart to working with me in these difficult times. And I know the audiences out there love what you do, and they love our bags. So we have a perfect combination to make things happen and shake a leg here. So thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you next week at the show. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.